Coming to you live, it's the Auto Hub Show with Ian and Jeff. Here we go.
Who said you can't teach an old dog new tricks? Hi, I'm Gail Rubenstein, the founder and CEO of a company called Retail Resilient, social selling for the car industry. And we help auto dealers, auto agencies, and vendors in the auto industry sell more cars, service more cars, and make more money using our social selling strategy. That includes TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, and anything else you can think of. So if you're looking to invest thousands and make millions, we're definitely the social selling company for you. Like I said, who said you can't teach an old dog new tricks?
I was at Larry Foman's seminar. So happy I came, having such a good time. Thank you so much, Larry.
One of the best trainers in this area for sure. I don't know about anywhere else, but as far as I know, he's the best. So,
told you twice.
Take advantage.
Thank you for having me here.
I'm at Larry Feldman's seminar, and what I found is that what he's really good at doing with his knowledge and with his training, he's not filling a bucket, he's lighting a fire.
Ways to improve. Every month we want to improve better on what we did the month before, maybe the year before. It's about how fast we can get the cars done with quality work to get it to the front line, because that's where we make our money. And the bottom line is the longer it takes, the more money you spend. We want to get it down as low as possible. Right now, like I said, we're in a great stage. We're at 4.5 days. In recon, we want to know how quickly we can get the cars out of the recon process and to the front line. The average days in recon and then the time to line are the most important things that we look for. I'm Mike Burrell. I'm Service Director at JM Lexus.
All right, so this is Ian,
And this is Jeff.
and we're here from the Auto Hub Show at NIADA in beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada at the Wynn. This is one of their many facilities, I think. Anyway, we're here to talk about Fusion Zone. So tell us more.
Hey everybody, I'm Chris Bean. I'm the president of Fusion Zone. We are a digital marketing company that focuses on the automotive industry. And we do everything from web design and development, a lot of digital marketing services. Our goal is to help dealers sell more cars.
Okay, so the question is, since you are the big kahuna, I believe, how did you start Fusion Zone, and what was the reason, and how's it going so far?
So, Fusion Zone's been around for quite a while now. We started Fusion Zone. It was actually founded by a dealer. So we say that we have dealer DNA. We were founded by Sutherland Automotive, and Brett Sutherland just kind of saw a gap within the industry. He saw something that said, this isn't quite right. We have to bring new technology, new marketing practices to this vertical. So that, we got started with dealer DNA is really what we're all about.
Yeah, well, Brett's certainly well known in the automotive circles, and I follow him on LinkedIn, and it's always pretty interesting stuff that he posts there. I actually, going on a quick tangent here, I was quite impressed at how he moved out of a certain market, and then the dealerships there, he had the people from the dealerships help them buy it.
Yes.
Versus sell it out to a AutoNation or another Sutherland type of thing. So that's great. What makes you different other than your dealer DNA? And you, of course.
Yeah, well, I think that, we take a very different approach when it comes to digital marketing. In my opinion, the automotive space has the conversion model wrong, all the way down from the OEM to the program managers. They ask digital marketing companies to measure things like time on site, depth of session, number of pages visited, and they look for big numbers there. They want to see 10 pages visited per session. They want to see 7 or 8 minutes time on site, which in my mind, being a conversion expert, is completely wrong. The goal of any good digital marketing company should be to abbreviate the conversion process, not extend that process out. So our goals is to develop as many leads as we can for as low as cost as we possibly can. And we do that by removing friction from the conversion processes. So our web designs are really state of the art. No one else does web designs the way that we do them. We emulate something like Facebook or Instagram, where we have continuous scroll, we have app-based navigation. So for us, it's all about conversion above everything else, and redefining that conversion model.
Rock and roll. So we are at the Independent Automotive Dealer Show, and obviously some of the independents, like Jeff, for example, are a smaller dealership versus a franchise dealer. What's your feeling on, how would it appeal to say a independent dealer, a small independent dealer versus a franchise dealer, and what's the cost for someone like Jeff who has a website? I'm assuming.
So, I mean, we work with everyone from, major OEMs all the way on down, and we have pricing models that pretty much fit everyone. In fact, our pricing model at this show starts at $500, and that includes website, hosting, ADA compliance, fast ring, fast lead, soft credit pulls. So we've built something for absolutely everybody, and we want to make sure that we understand the space and we adapt our products to meet their individual needs.
Rock and roll. Well, Jeff, you're a dealer and you have a website, so what are questions you would ask a website provider?
Well, it's an interesting thing because the big challenge for a small independent is getting a quality website. And ours is based on WordPress. And it ain't the best in the world, but it's really well priced. And, as I'm sure you understand, because you're here and you're talking to independents all the time, every penny counts, not counts in the head, it counts in the bottom line. So what do you say to an independent dealer? And it's very funny because here we see independents that are only turning around 700 or 800 cars a month, and some that are doing 17 a month.
Yep.
So how do you tell them, listen, you got to come to me, not just because I'm affordable, but because I give what?
Well, I mean, I think you have to understand it's not just about price, it's about value. So if you spend $1,000 a month or you spend $200 a month, if that $1,000 drives value, that's where you want to be. If $200 does very little for you, then you're just kind of wasting $200.
Sure.
I mean, I think the thing to understand when it comes to digital marketing is that it's competitive. I mean, a search engine like Google has literally indexed hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of car dealer websites. And you have to compete with all of those other dealers. So a common mistake that a smaller dealer would make is they subscribe to a program that simply won't compete with other people. So at that point, you're essentially just throwing your money away because you're never going to see any return on that investment. And there are ways of making small dealerships compete with large dealerships. I mean, I tell people, Google doesn't know who you are. They don't know if you have 20 car dealerships or you're part of an OEM or franchise model, or you have a very small dealership. They only understand the size of your website, how well that website is put together, and as if that website is descriptive of who you are, what you do, and most importantly for smaller dealers, where you do it. So if you leave out the territories in which you're trying to generate new interest, you end up generating no interest at all because you're trying to compete on a national level. And most independents don't sell cars on a national level. So, making sure that you have an agency that has the right expertise in the field is just critically important.
Now, what about support?
It's all about support. I mean, you have to have a support model that is highly flexible and highly reactive to the consumer. So, our models are set up to be very proactive when we work with people that we want to turn around things in a very, very quick manner because inventory comes in and out. There's different specials. You have to have a very flexible, adaptable agency when you're working with them.
Perfect.
And where do you see the future? Well, like obviously Google's come out with Google 4, and there's lots of talk about other things, metaverse and elsewhere. I mean, where do you see the future of automotive websites?
Google's goal and their stated mission is to organize the world's information and make it universally accessible and useful.
I thought it was to take over the world.
Well, that's their secondary goal. So you have to subscribe to that mission statement, or you're not going to succeed. I've been doing this 29 years, so I actually helped create the industry. I predate Google by, I think, 4, 5, 6 years, benchmarked a lot of their programs with them. And we hear these things consistently over time. If you do the things that you should be doing on a consistent basis, you shouldn't be worried about algorithmic changes and all of these things that come down the road. Work your website, know your business, and be descriptive of who you are, what you do, and where you do it.
Well, thanks so much for taking time. We really appreciate it.
Again, that is Fusion. Dum, dum, dum. Thank you so much, Chris. It's a pleasure.
I appreciate the time.
Thanks for joining us. It was a great show, and follow us anywhere you would like on your favorite podcast, on Facebook, on LinkedIn, and of course on our YouTube, or subscribe to our own channel.